MP Maria Miller is calling for sex and relationship lessons in all primary schools and secondary schools. Research out today says more than 8 out of 10 people agree, but we spoke to some parents with different views.
Reception kids and 5, 6, 7-year-olds, they don't need to know about stuff like that.
They should be concentrating on maths and English and playing and not sex.
I wouldn't be against it, something like that, you know. If they bring it in, then they will do, but not something I would introduce my son to yet.
Next, you'll be telling them, you know, should we tell them about drugs at the age of 5? No.
If they start from year 6, I think it's appropriate to prepare them.
It's up to me to talk to my children, not for someone in school to decide, set against it. I don't know who's thought of it, it's stupid.
Conservative MP Maria Miller joins us now. Morning to you.
Morning.
So what is the thinking here? Why should we now be looking to give our very young children sex education?
Well, what I'm calling for is sex and relationship education to be made compulsory. And I think it's really important parents are clear that at the moment in secondary schools, that isn't the case. All that's compulsory is the biology of sex. And I think that should be put in a broader context.
But from what age? The contentious bit of this is wanting to start at 7 years old.
Well, I think parents, obviously, who give their children mobile phones now on average at the age of 8, need to understand that by the time their children reach 10 and 11, they will have seen pornography online for the first time. 1 in 5 will have been subject to cyberbullying. And by the time they leave their secondary school, then 60% of those young people will have been asked for a nude or sexually explicit image of themselves.
So it's the changing technology, you believe, has driven down the age, perhaps, that young kids are exposed to matters of sex?
Well, it's not. I think it's not just sex, it's about the relationships that goes with those. And when you look at information or research that's been put forward by organisations like Barnardo's, then you can see that now, on average, an 8-year-old boy will have seen pornography online. So we do need
On average, an 8-year-old?
Yeah, and so we do need to make sure that if parents are making this choice to give their children access to the internet at an early age, they need to understand the consequences. Obviously, if parents want to withdraw their children from that, that's fine. But when you talk...
What about parents, though, who are very hot about internet security with their 8-year-olds, block them from seeing any of this stuff, don't give them a mobile phone, but are now having nanny state telling their kids at school all this stuff that they're not being exposed to? What about those parents and those kids?
Well, the vast majority of parents who give their children mobile phones, unfortunately, and give them access to the internet, obviously are not doing that.
Yeah, but that wasn't my question. My question is the ones who don't. I know lots of parents who don't give... Well, hang on, but I know lots of parents who don't give their kids phones until they're 12, 13 and don't allow them internet access, so they're not getting access to this stuff. Why should they now have compulsory sex education if the parents are protecting them and don't want them to have it?
Then they can obviously withdraw their children from those classes as they can do now. But, you know, we've got to listen to the cry for help from children. 7 out of 10 children told Barnardo's, a respected children's charity, that they want compulsory sex and relationship education. And who are we to ignore that?